this is the interesting thing, isn't it? When you break it down, that for men not to want to have children, that barely anybody flicks an eye. Have you got kids? No. Oh, if it's a woman, particularly as you get a bit older, oh, you don't have children. Oh, why? Like it's some tragedy. How do you get over that?
Yeah, well, first of all, let me say that I'm a 48-year-old, super happy and content child-free woman, and I have zero regrets, and I'm living an amazing life on this path. And I have been questioned about my choice for a long time. It took me 10 years to come to the realization that this is what I truly wanted. But like you're speaking of, all the judgment against me and all the comments and just people constantly telling me that I'm selfish really clouded and cluttered my mind on why I wanted to pursue this. So it became a challenge to really wash away all of these all of the criticism and really come to find what I really and truly wanted for myself.
Why did you choose to be child-free?
There were many reasons that I chose this, but I mean, for example, I'll share some with you that are very common. I thought about the financial commitment and how expensive it is to raise kids now. I thought about my impact on the environment. I thought about the fact that I am by nature a worrier, and at times I can be a people pleaser. So I knew that I was going to be putting myself not only second, but last. I knew that I really wanted time to focus on personal development and growth. I also knew that being in relationship was a high priority for me. I really wanted to focus on myself. But the main reason that I chose this path is for lack of desire. And oftentimes lack of desire is not seen as a good enough reason, when in fact it should really be respected.
And what about the men that you're meeting or the relationships you're on? It might not even be men, it might be women that might want children. I mean, does that conversation happen on the first date? Does that happen? You know, how soon do you go, by the way, I don't want kids? Or they go, well, I was just thinking of coffee. You know, it's a tricky one, right?
It's extremely tricky. And we get these questions all the time in the Child Free Connection because sometimes people feel awkward and weird on the first date saying, by the way, I don't think I want kids or I don't want kids, because they don't want to be seen as stalkers or just jumping the gun in a relationship. But I do have to say, we get so many messages from people that did not feel comfortable enough to express this potential desire. Then they end up falling in love with the person. And here we are 6 months, a year, 2 years later, and two people want very different paths. And it gets so complicated later on. So my advice is always to present this idea as early as possible.
And what about those people who, if you say to them, look, I'm really certain I don't want kids, and they think they're going to be able to change your mind. They think that, oh, well, once we're married or once we're living together, I can change that.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And that has to do a lot with not only saying I don't want kids or I'm really leaning to not having kids, but opening the conversation to your personal reasons. What are your desires? What is it that you want out of life? What is it? How do you want to make an impact in the world? And those conversations can get deeper beyond the layer of I want or I don't want. And it's really up to your partner to open up space for you to share this, and for them to also open up space to share why they might want the opposite. So this way, a real, true, meaningful conversation can take place.
And I know that you've been asked this question because every child-free woman has been. Is there going to be a time where you regret this decision?
No, not at all. There's not going to be a time that I regret this decision. I have fully been so committed and thoughtful about what my child-free life looks like. In fact, I run a program called Is Childfree for Me, where I teach women. It's a step-by-step program on what if I don't want kids? What is my life going to look like? What is this going to feel like when I'm 60, 70, 80, 90? So I have thought this through so much. I feel it in my heart. And like I said, when we started speaking, I feel so much gratitude for this choice, and it only grows with each day that goes by.
Yeah, there'll be lots of women, I'm sure, going, I wish I'd done that. Obviously, I'm not one of them. I'm a fabulous child. It's so good. So good
Well,
to
that's
talk.
why it's important. It's important for women to know that they have a choice and that
agree.
they should examine both options. One is not better than the other. One is not right. The other one's not wrong. At the end of the day, it's just what's right in our hearts for each one of us.
Absolutely, absolutely right. Veronica, it's been lovely talking to you. Thank you very much indeed.